and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz. It's Monday night. It's the PC League. My name is Nick, and I am taking you through round number 2 of season number 1 for 2025. I hope you're all doing well and had a good weekend and a good start to the week with a Monday. We're about to do 60 minutes around the famous Kayalami circuit. Before we get to that, we need to have a quick look at where we're at. So this is obviously round number 2 of 9. Last week we were at Watkins Glen, which we're about to quickly recap now. Kayalami this week, and then we're going to do a enduro around Valencia next week. That'll be fun, actually. That's a good track. I don't mind Kayalami as well. Let's have a look at previous winners. So last week for the Pro Division, it was Jack Steele in the Man of Steel liveried Ferrari. He put it on pole position for the first race of the season, and then he was able to keep it in there all the way. So great result from him last week. Parker pushed him all the way, as did Hignett. So it was quite a good battle between those three. There's a little bit of action at the beginning of the race that allowed him to just scoot away a bit. But yeah, a very, very well-driven race from Jack Steele. So big congratulations on him to him on his victory overall last week. In the silver class was Mitch Hayes. He qualified in P7 outright. He finished the race in 6th. But more importantly, he was first in the silver class in the McLaren. So once again, a very, very solid effort from Mitch Hayes. Gorilla Snapper, the new intro is great. I've been using it for a long time, but I'm glad that you liked it though. Thanks for that. Rain of Fire in the chat. That's a familiar name from the console league as well. So yeah, Mitch Hayes qualified 7th, finished the race in 6th position, first in class. So congratulations to him. And on debut as well, we got to have a quick chat with Rod Taylor. Post-race, he qualified 15th outright, finished 12th outright, but he finished the first in class. So up 3 spots, up 1 spot for Mitch Hayes. But yeah, congratulations to all the class winners from last week and the overall winner, Jack Steele. Let's take a quick look now at the championship standing. So it is Jack Steele who stands on top. So it's pretty much the top 10 finishing order since it was the first race of the season. Aaron Parker in there. I am tipping him. He will win a race this season. That's my tip. Benjamin Hignett, I don't think I'm really going out on a limb to say he'll win a race. I'm just going to go jump to the PC League before we're going to be moved to Evo. I'm pretty sure they're sticking with ACC for now. As far as I know, I haven't been told any difference, so it's definitely not too late to jump into the PC League. Wacky Wednesdays is a good way to introduce yourself as well with these guys. Max Ricker in 4th in the Ferrari. He had a good race. A bit of a lonely race for him, and Terry Rayton as well. As mentioned, Mitch Hayes, he finished in 6th position, so first in silver class. Vinny Kinnear, he didn't have a great race last week. I think there was some setup issues in the beginning. Qualified P3. He drifted way back in the field, ended up in P7 in the Nissan. Brett McGillivray on debut, another debutant. He finished in 8th. James Pierre Reid had a good run there. He finished in 9th, and 10th was Paul Russell. So that was the overall standings. In terms of the silver class and AM, silver class, Mitch Hayes, P1, McGillivray and Paul Russell. So in 3rd, so Paul's dropped from Pro to Silver this season. Robin Herbert, James Mack, Mark Hurley, and Adrian Rice and Chris Hildebrand yet to open up their accounts. In terms of the AM class, it's Taylor Hedges and Wally Masterson. So John Hedges, another debutant last week. So great to see some new names out there. In terms of the ballast, you can see there that's the gift for winning. And then penalty points. So James McCauley has opened up his account with 15 penalty points. Let's take a quick look at the circuit. So it is a cracker. It's 4.52 kilometres. It's 16 turns in total. Has some of the best corner names in all of racing. As you go through turn 1, it's called the Kink. Into turn 2 is Crawthorne. Then you're going up through Barbecues, which is turn 5, into Sunset, down through Clubhouse, through the S's, and then you come up to Lukop down here, and it's down through turn 12, which is Mineshaft, into the Crocodiles, in through Cheetah, and you can often see a fair bit of air go through Cheetah if you get that wrong, and Ingwe, and you're home. So that is the circuit. This is what we're looking at right now with practice ready to wrap up here, and it was Benjamin Hignett who was the fastest in the field, a 1 minute 41.160, the fastest time there to Benjamin Hignett. So we'll see if he can repeat that in the qualifying session. It was 5:45, 5 a.m. was the practice session time as well. I think qualifying is going to be at 7 a.m. from memory. So we will wait and see. We'll be getting things underway very, very shortly. A few cars just left out on track. One of them is the only one, is Max Ricker. So he's getting stuff sorted. Black Falcon. I think that was Rain of Fires. iRacing now. Yeah, so I think there is a big console race this Sunday around Bathurst. The Oz New Zealand Endurance Series is back up and running. So they're kicking off on Sunday.
Green light, go, go, go.
Hopefully the PlayStation Network doesn't have any issues like it had last week, being offline for however many hours it was. As cars making their way out on the circuit. Hignett is one of them. We've got some new liveries this week as well. That's always exciting. Chris Hildebrand, have a look at that one. Did you race last week, Chris Hildebrand? I think you did. So, very nice looking Porsche out there, Neil Fakney. He didn't race last week, he was up at the mountain the day before, so he was a little bit tuckered out, so he's back this round. Rod Taylor out there, if the camera can catch up, there we go. Expecting a little bit of rain here by the forecast there in the next 10 minutes, so getting out there and getting the time set is going to be extremely important. Aaron Parker, I'd expect to see him up the front of the field. James McCauley. What have we got here? Vinny Kinero. I don't know if he's going to have a livery this season. Here's the new one. Have a look at this. Love it. Thanks for sending it through for me, Paul Russell. So, the old style West livery. McGillivray. Wally Masterson, Jack Steele, so plenty of cars out on circuit, only two not to be out there. There's Bridgens and Adrian Rice. Have a look at that, that's a cracking livery. That's the replica of last week, a couple of weeks ago, the Porsche around Kayalami in the 12 hours. So Benjamin Hignett is going to give us our first lap. Yeah, a 141.160 is the fastest time. He's out like 48 by the things. Right through there, up through. One out. Out through 11 there, but now you're going up through Laycock now. Oh, there we go. So we got rain just before anyone set a lap. So the drivers out there, which is pretty much everyone at the moment, the track is only going to get worse from here. You see, just struggling a little bit there. It's grip the rain. Track is at fast. It wasn't at optimum. Oh, big slide there through Cheetah. Is going to hit the line. There's going to be a flurry of cars that will make their way through. He's come out to 42.5. Here's Hignet. A bunch of them coming through. Foster's one of them as well. We've got 99. There is 99. I can't find it. Ricker is... That was at the start of the lap. Here's Herbert. 32. I'm trying to go off the numbers here in the opening stages. Find 32. 146. Where are you? 146. There's Bridgens. So 142.152 is the fastest time of the session so far. Will it be beaten for the rest of the session? I don't think so. Tractor's already gone to Greasy. That was set on a fast circuit. Here's Adrian Rice. I think he will begin his fast lap. So he's missed the boat a little bit, unfortunately. He's going to struggle to get up the grid tonight. Here's Hedges. This will be his first time. He's actually invalidated this lap, so that's not going to count anyway. So that's sort of good, bad going to worse. What about Wally Masterson? He's yet to set the time. So Rayton managed to sneak in there and go to the top of the times. So 42.152 was from him. Ricker, Parker, Hignet. Where does Wally Masterson shape out in all of this? Into P15. Hignet looking to do another lap. Not going to get anywhere near his time. Parker is another one. He won't come close to beating his best time either. What about Neil Fakeney? 144.1 was his best time. There's a couple of seconds up down on his best time at the moment, so he's not likely to improve here. As he hits the line, no, he doesn't. Rod Taylor, this will be his first lap in anger. We've already gone 6 minutes in this qualifying session, so the rain came relatively earlier than expected. Here comes Bridgens. What time will he do? Adrian Rice. Track temperature and air temperature match, both at 26 right now. Rice. It's a little bit out of shape there, coming through Cheetah. Bit of a slide as well. Porsche will be quite a handful in these conditions. Here's Hedges. Got 21 cars in the field tonight. Another strong field, which is awesome to see. Plenty of cars still filtering around. One of them is the 444, Andrew Lawrenson. So he didn't make the race last week. I think he had an equipment issue just prior to qualifying that stopped him from participating, but he looks like he is back in business this week, and the equipment is holding up, which is very, very good for him. So that's his out lap. He'll be on his hot lap now. We'll get back to him shortly. Here's Mark Hurley. He's on a slowdown lap as well. Neil Fakeney. He's well down on his best time, so I don't think we're really going to see much improvement. The rain has sort of come at the worst possible time. It was just enough for everyone to sneak their times in, and then the truck is not going to get anywhere near as fast as it was at the beginning of the session, with only 7 minutes and 25 seconds left in this qualifying session. Setting the grid for round number 2 of the season 1 of 2025, round 2 of 9 in total. Off to Valencia next week. We're at Watkins Glen last week, which proved to be a pretty good race, I thought. Relatively entertaining. Let's see how Andrew Lawrenson is coping with these conditions. So the slowest time to beat at the moment is a 1 minute 50.4. That's from Herbitron there in the 512, down there in 19th position. Hedges yet to submit a time. Ferrari looking relatively obedient given the conditions. track is officially wet. So you'd have to assume he's on wet tyres. Wait to see what sort of time. He's already at minute 30 now. Ooh, bit of a slide there towards Crocodiles, going nowhere near the big sausage curb there on the inside of the corner. What sort of time can the 444 put down here? It's going to be close to the 1 minute 50, maybe a bit slower. It is a 51.135. So he definitely will not find the improvement. I think these drivers are just out here now for some practice laps. Mark Hurley being one of them, 5.5 seconds off his best time. Sitting in P10 of 43.7. The fastest times are 42.1. 3/10 the difference between P1 to P3 is separated by 3.5 tenths. 4.5 tenths covers the top 4. Less than a second covers the top 8. And it's a decent gap between 9th and 10th there as well. But it's not really giving us a true indicator of actual pace, given that not everyone had the same conditions to set their best times in. Here's James Bridgens trying to set his best time. 48 flat. This is an out lap for him, so that won't move the needle anyway. Here's Aaron Parker just doing some practice laps. Not too sure whether this weather is going to stick around. Didn't really see anything to indicate that it would in the pre-race setup, but we'll have to wait and see. Some information here. 4.5 minutes left. Terry Rayton, pole position of 42.152. As mentioned, 4.5 tenths covers the top 4. Highest of the silver drivers is Paul Russell. So that the new livery looking good. He is racing good at the moment, P6. And then the highest of the AM is Wally Masterson down there in 15th. With Taylor and Bridgens, fellow AM drivers, in 16th to 7th. That's Vinny Canero having a big moment. Let's go back to that and have a look. This is a cheater. This is very typical for this corner. Oh, big slide. Tries to catch it. Gives the wall a decent whack. Hurley did good to avoid him there. And he's scooted back to the pits and he's heading back out for the final 3.5 minutes of this session. So as mentioned, Masterson leading the AM class from Taylor and Bridgens. Hedges, the 4th driver. Like I said last week, there's quite a few there's more silver class drivers this season, so good to see some progression from some of the guys that were in AM, in particularly Herbertron. Have a bit of a soft spot for Herbie. He did the livery for Adrian Rice as well, so shout out to him. Aaron Parker, he did this livery himself too. So we've got some pretty clever, creative people able to do these liveries. I've never had a crack at it. It looks way too hard. I don't think I have the patience for it either. Aaron Parker, his team is You Just Read Something Stupid. Last week it was Why So Many Ferraris, I think it was, his team name. So good to see him keeping it light and airy. Nowhere near beating his best time. So we're just sort of counting out the seconds of this one. Only just over 2 minutes remaining. We're not going to see any changes in the standings. Majority of the cars are sitting in the pits, keeping warm. I dare say these cars are just getting in some practice right now. And just setting themselves up for the race. What else has been going on? What else has been going on motorsport-wise? Bit of a quiet period now before we kick it all back off. Look at that big... I don't know if Matt Frost is intentionally drifting there. Not too too sure. F1 is going to kick off relatively soon. See the livery reveals at the end of this month. Testing's at the end of this month. First round in Melbourne's not far away. I got my ticket. Pretty excited about that. V8s are starting soon. So all kicking off. So we're just in that little February. It's a weird sporting month, isn't it, February? There's nothing that really kind of owns February in Australia. Definitely February is owned by the NFL in America. Super Bowl today. Quite a disappointing game overall, but if you're a Philadelphia fan, you would have enjoyed that thoroughly. Is Pierre Reid still pushing out there into the final minute of this session? So the rain robbed us of a competitive quali. It's going to make for I think it'll make for an interesting race. I think that's sort of that's the bonus. We're not really going to know how this race is going to unfold. Just trying to find the Monday Night League announcements. Let's see what we can. Let's see about pit stops tonight. Let's sort that out. Yep. Yes, event details. Kayalami. Yeah, practice, qualifying, race. Alright, so Terry Brayton. We go 000. Race. Weekend, day 3. Multiple of 1. Pit stop. Mandatory fuel. There we go. Tyres optional. Mandatory fuel tonight. Tyres are optional. Rain had a 4% chance. Randomness set to 4, cloud level set to 35%, temperatures were 30 degrees. So, as Terry Brayton just deciding to duck into the pits. And then it's the 120. Oh no, there you go, Vinny Kinnear. So this is the last lap. So there you go, mandatory fuel tonight. He's making his way through Laker. It's down the hill. Through Mineshaft, number 12. Wonder if he has a livery, I just haven't got it yet. Oh, there we go, we've run out of time. So Terry Brayton, well done to him. Pole position, congratulations. Pole, T. Brayton. Rain came early. It was Paul Russell who went for the silver. Well done to him. Heather Russell and the Russell family should be pretty happy with that. And then Wally Masterson, he is the AM class. So well done to him. What was Sil? What was he? P6, and Wally Masterson was P15. P1, there we go, so we can track that. All right, so that's the grid for round number 2 of the season. A bit of an uneventful qualifying session, I have to say, with that rain coming within the first few minutes. Like I mentioned, sort of robbed us of seeing competitive session unfold, but that means it's going to make the race a little bit more spicy. Nando Latenzio has been able to join us, so we're starting 5 minutes later than normal tonight, because he does the LMU league as well before this one. So they asked if they could start it a little bit later so he can still join, which is very nice of everyone, and good to see him making it. So 22 cars in the field, it's a good little it's a good number. Just waiting for the timer to start, and then we'll see how long. We'll take a quick little snap break for, and then we'll get on with things. Adrian Rice, my force feedback has gone stupid. One corner will have none, and the next will be maxed out. Oh, that is... that would not be enjoyable at all. Alright, waiting on this timer. Anyway, we'll be back in like a couple of minutes. Don't worry, I won't miss anything for you. Sit tight. Yeah, be back in a couple. Alright, we're back. Let's have a quick little scan of the grid, shall we? So Terry Rayton, he is starting from the front of the grid. Then you've got Max Ricker, who will be joining him in P2. Parker will be starting in P3. Fourth will be Benjamin Hignett. These two guys had a pretty good battle last week, so looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. The Man of Steel, Jack Steele, last week's race winner. He'll be starting the race in P5. Then you got Paul Russell. Check out this beautiful livery. Very, very nice indeed. He's starting from P6, number 6. Matt Frost, the 666. He'll be starting from P7. Vinny Canero as well. Also, you can see that there's no rain either. James Pierre Reid. Then it's Mark Hurley. This beautiful Pennzoil liveried Ferrari. Let's get a closer look at this Porsche. Yeah, I remember this from last week. It's quite nice, isn't it? Looks like a fair bit of work has gone into that. James Mack. And you got the Channel 9, the Kevin Bartlett inspired Aston Martin. You got number 24 there. That is McGillivray. There's Wally Masterson as they all file off the grid. And that is everyone. That's someone giving someone a bump start there. And as you can see, we have nice clear skies. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. So it's 25 degrees air temperature, 25 degrees track temperature. Shot there of the circuit as they're all winding their way around. Drone action for you, I guess you could say. Something a little bit different. Yeah, nice healthy grid. 21, 20, 23 cars, goodness gracious. How awesome is that? Nice and healthy number there. Some spectators as well. Check it out. Looks like a nice place to watch some car racing. There's palm trees there. More people in the crowd. I wish I could make it smoother. Check out this helicopter. Fair bit of detail in that, isn't there? For like a prop. Look at that. Handles better than anything in Flight Simulator 2024, that helicopter right there. Oh, we're waiting for them to come around. Oh, there you go. You can see them up there. Coming around. Alright, we'll get out of that. Beautiful. We're all set. This is going to be good. Why is Max Ricker in P1? It should be Terry Rayton. Not too sure why that's changed. The field all bunching up nicely. And we are not far away at all. Look at that. That's a glorious scene right there. That is just, that's delightful. That's what you love to see on a Monday night, isn't it? All very nicely presented cars as well. Alright, I've got the replay button ready to be pressed for any action that comes along off the start. It was pretty well behaved last week. Let's see what we get in round number 2 this week. It's going to be Ricker and Rayton. From the start, we get the sign. Parker looks like he got a pretty good jump. So did Hignett. Russell looks like he's got a bit of a run in there as well. There's going to be Rayton leading into turn 1. Take the inside line through there. Ricker settles into P2. Looks like it's all very, very well behaved through the opening stages of this one. Adrian Rice starting there from the pit lane. Back to the front of the field. Rayton leading the way. Parker's already made a little bit of ground. He's moved into P2. There's Hignett and Steele there, and Russell following him. Ricker going side by side with Parker as Parker goes around the outside there. Nice driving from both of those guys. Then Hignett looking to try and take a position, just shutting Ricker out there on the outside. He's lost 2 positions. He's going to come under attack straight away from Jack Steele. So from 2nd into 4th already is Max Ricker. He's dropping back through the field, not how he would have wanted this one to start. Terry Rayton's got a pretty good jump on the rest of the field. They'll start to filter through. You can see there's the race leader. Ricker and Hignett both going at it right now. The rest of the field is a weird camera angle, so I have to go on track for now. Ricker all over the back of the Ferrari belonging to Benjamin Hignett. As the rest of the field all filtering through. That's Pierre Reid putting a move on Frost. Kinero looking to get a little piece of it as well. Chris Hildebrandt won't mind as well if he can pick up some scraps there. This is Macaulay in 13th position as the rest of the field all filter through. That's Adrian Rice there in the 23rd and final position on the track. But it's Terry Rayton leading lap 1. You can see he's already opened up a little bit of a gap there between he and Parker. Hignett's moved into 3rd. 4th is Max Ricker. That looks like Kinero making a move down the inside of Frost into turn number 2. And not quite able to get that done. Or does he? He is. Nice work from Kinero. He's able to complete that move. A few other overtakes there throughout the field. Macaulay gets the move done on Mark Hurley. A little bit of argy-bargy going on there. A little bit of hip and shoulder between those two. Both lucky that they both stayed on the road there. Andrew Lawrenson tucked in behind them as well. Where did he start? He started in 18th position. He's already moved up 4 spots. You would have been watching that with a bit of a nervous look on there. Thinking he didn't want to get caught up in someone's possible accident. Parker hunting down Terry Rayton. I picked Parker to definitely win a race this season. Terry Rayton he's a multiple-time winner. Benjamin Hignett, he's a multiple-time winner. Max Ricker, Jack Steele. So we got winners at the front of the field, where you'd expect them to be. Parker would love to add his name there to the winners list. Andrew Lawrenson gets the move done on James Mack or Macaulay. Everyone knows him as James Mack. Yeah, he gets that done. Completely shuts the door. And he moves up into P number 13. So we'll keep an eye on the baby blue. 444, Andrew Lawrenson. Sometimes his dad watches, Arthur Lawrenson. So shout out to Arthur if he's watching. This is Kinero and Reed in 7th and 8th. Bit of an idea on the pace right now. 42.3 from Brayton that last lap around. Parker behind him at 42.117, so the fastest lap in the very embryonic stages of this one belongs to the 884 McLaren. As Kinero just tucking into the slipstream of James Pierre-Reid. Get a picture of the guys at the front. So close to the two cars out on the circuit at the moment, but the gap is just over half a second, the difference between Parker and Brayton Hignett. He's a second behind Parker, and then you've got 1.2 seconds the gap between Ricker and Hignett, and then Steele is only half a second behind Ricker. Russell is the same, he's a little bit closer than Steele is to Ricker. There's a bit of a gap between Russell and Reed. There's about a second at the moment. Kinero looking to try and take that spot away from him. Oh, he had to get on the grass there, and then he bailed out of it, and then it was, it got really awkward really quickly then. Let's go back to the replay. We'll go on ball with him. Maybe the helipad might give us a bit more of a better option here. Here it is. So he had to bail out of it, then he was carrying a little bit more speed than he thought, and then he just tapped the rear of the Lamborghini belonging to James Pierre-Reid, and we're back to live images. So Kinero, he's dropped all the way down to P20. Pierre-Reid is in P16. So I think Kinero was trying to redress, and he just got sort of caught having to wait there, and he's been a big loser out of that. Down to P20. Pierre-Reid in 16th position. But at the front of the field, though, Parker continues to pour on the pressure. So he was 2.5 tenths faster. Andrew Lawrenson takes another position as well. So he moves up into P10. Keep an eye on him. But at the front of the field, it's Terry Rayton trying to keep Aaron Parker behind him. A 42.2 to a 42.447 on that previous lap. So Parker definitely has the pace to fight for the lead here, but Terry Rayton is a very, very difficult man to overtake. He can make that car extremely wide when he needs to. He's one tough competitor to get past, so Parker is going to have all to do. This is going to be shaping up to be quite an awesome battle to watch throughout the remaining 53 and a bit minutes left in this one, so only in the opening stages right now, round number 2. Everyone's been very, very well behaved. Track is at fast. Air temperature and track temperature both match at 25 degrees. No rain forecast at the moment for at least the next half an hour. So we're going to get clear conditions, which is very, very good. And I think everyone will be pretty happy with that. As Parker looking to have a possible go. He's going to have to try and force a mistake here from Terry Rayton, which in itself is quite a difficult feat. Just back to Andrew Lawrenson. He continues to make ground up on McGillivray now. So he started in 18th position, and he's moved up into 10th. So he is on the charge right now. I'll keep a track of his progress, watching the lead at the front being challenged. Terry Rayton and Aaron Parker. Hignett is 2.5 seconds off this group, but he's got Max Ricker tucked in behind him. Less than half a second the difference between Hignett and Ricker right now. And you've got Steele and Russell, they're all separated by less than a second at the moment. As what happened to Hildebrand here? Let's go to the replay. He was just by himself. And he's just ran a little bit wide there and a little bit wide again. Just got on the grass. Almost went around. Good job to save that. And he's going to continue on. But in the meantime, he dropped 3 positions. And then Lawrenson, back to live images. He takes P8 now, so he continues to charge through the field. Does Andrew Lawrenson. The 444, a very, very familiar name in this league. Multi-time champion. Let's see what he can do. 2.9 seconds now is the difference between he and Matt Frost. While back at the front of the field, the gap is at 3/10 right now. Rayton just did a 42 flat to a 42.2 from Parker. So there's a similar pace going on right now between those two. Following cars are not quite in the same ballpark at the moment. Ricker is a little bit. He is the closest of the chasing pack. But even then, he was still 1.5 tenths off the front of the field. So a bit of work still to be done. But it's been a pretty good opening 10 minutes. Adrian Rice is making his way into the pits. So that's not an equipment issue. Or that's he's hit something or he's hit someone. But yeah, that's going to be a bit of a repair job for him. So I expect him to be in there for a little while. But back at the front of the field, this battle continues between Rayton and Parker. Rayton, a bruised veteran. Parker, definitely a bruised veteran. Not so much the PC veteran, but definitely you could say he's a veteran of bruise, that's for sure. Making his mark in the PC League at the moment, as he did previous season at the end of last year. Parker just sets the fastest lap of the race, a 42 flat to a 42 1.5 to Terry Rayton, looking to put the nose down the inside there at turn 2, not quite going just yet. James Pierre Reid, he's making his way into the pits. Looks like it's a scheduled stop for him. So as mentioned, minimum fuel requirement tonight, that's the tyres are optional. Strategy right now. These two have really cleared out. It's 3.1 seconds the difference between the second and third right now. There's Rayton just running a little bit wide. Just caught a flash of Hignett in the background. There he is. That's the difference. He's got Max Ricker all over the back of him, as well as Steele. And then Russell just trying to hang on to those guys in P6, 1.5 seconds back from Steele. Last week's race winners in P5. Right now, so we're not too far away from the quarter-way mark of this one. 60-minute sprint format. We'll do 100 minutes next week around Valencia for round number 3. Then we'll take a little break. And we'll be back for the next chunk of races. Got some good tracks on the card this season as Fagney gets the move done. Let's see how that came about. So that was Kinera, so they've just swapped back over. Did Kinera get past and then make a mistake, maybe? He got past momentarily and then that was Fagney. That's a tricky corner there because you're going uphill. It's hard to spot the apex of that corner as well. Go back to live images. Fagney, then Masterson tucked in behind him as well. He's leading the AM class right now is Wally Masterson. Paul Russell, he is leading the silver class right now in P6. That's where he started. Biggest rises through the field has been Andrew Lawrenson, up 10 spots from where he started. The biggest faller is James Pierre Reid, down 12, but he's had that incident and a pit stop as well, so it's probably not truly indicative of his actual performance, but that's what it says on my timing screen. Max Ricky, he's dropped 3 spots down from P2 into P4, so or one that say that he started off, but I'm pretty sure it's Terry Reid. Anyway, Parker is all over the back of Terry Rayton right now. It's a couple of tenths slower on the previous lap. I think he's just going to find that. He's so close under the rear wing of Terry Rayton. I'll start to be thinking about strategy a little bit right now. Lawrenson gets the move done on Frost, and Hurley gets the move done on McGillivray. Let's go to the replay, and yeah, nice move there down the inside. Goes the 444 of Andrew Lawrenson, and do I get anything on Hurley and McGillivray? That was right at the end there. As we go back to live images now, there we go. Masterson gets the move done on. Oh, Neil Fakeney gets a bit of air there as well. That was at Cheetah. So not uncommon at all to see that kind of behaviour through that corner. Back to the battle at the front. It's still Rayton leading Parker. They were separated by 6/100ths of a second on that previous lap. They're both matching each other's pace right now. So Taylor in the pits now as well. It looks like it's a scheduled stop. Have we lost one? I think we have. Adrian Rice, I think, is the unfortunate case this stage. Looks like he is out of the race. 22, still a very, very healthy field. And the gap is just slightly opened up by a couple of tenths between Rayton and Parker. So, oh, who is that? That's a Lamborghini. That's not Latenzio. It's Peter Wall. He was a late entry. I didn't see him in qualifying. So, or unless I completely missed him, but yeah, did we say where he started? No, 22. Yeah, but anyway, that's who it was. Peter Wall. He was facing the wrong way at one stage. Running a bit wide, so he's not having a good time of it right now. A car that is having a good time of it right now is this man. This is Max Ricker. He's hunting down Benjamin Hignett right now. They're battling it out for the podium position. Those tyres are feeling right now. Track is at fast, 25 degrees air, 25 degrees track temperature. So it is a very, very early start, 5 a.m. race time. Flick across to the lead though for now. Yeah, there you go, Music Racer. Technical issues with my gear again, random force feedback levels, there you go. So Adrian Rice just giving the explanation of why he had to exit the race. How's Kinera going? He's going to go down the inside with James Mack. Ooh, we've already seen Kinera have a little incident there already tonight. Doing that time. Ricker is all over the back of Hignett, as is Parker on Rayton. And same result. Still hanging on to these guys. Paul Russell has made up a little bit of ground. Season's done, won't be doing any more races. That's sad. Yeah, that livery looked awesome as well. So it's a shame we didn't get to see that for much longer. Here's Kinero, so he completes that pass on James Mack. Let's go to the replay and see how that came about. So he was already almost side by side with him at the start-finish line as they go through turn one, the kink. Oh, more hip and shouldering from James Mack tonight. So he's in a bit of an angry mood, maybe. I don't know. He seems like a pretty relaxed sort of guy. Bit of contact there again. So we're back to live images. Continue to track the leaders. Almost a third race distance already. So you would think the majority of the field will be thinking of a pit stop within the next sort of 10 to 15 minutes. You'd have to assume. He's going to try and outsmart the other. Have to wait and see. Got a good sort of group brewing from third into sixth. There's Ricker, Steele, Russell, and then we've got Lawrenson just starting to loom ever larger. 2 seconds is the gap between he and Paul Russell. Paul Russell just put in a 42.427. Andrew Lawrenson just did a 42 flat, so it's 2.3 seconds the difference right now between Lawrenson and Russell. Then you can throw a blanket over him from third through to sixth. So once he gets onto these guys, it's going to be game on. Let's see, lapping 42 flat. Yeah, so technical side sorted out. There's 1 point. See how I've updated this stuff up to the ACC now. Music racer Adrian Knife. I hope you're able to get it sorted, and that will be out here again next week. It would be awesome to see that livery as well, but it's awesome to see that there as well. Parker, the gap has opened up to a second now, so just back to the leaders. That's what it looks like at the moment. Last lap around a 42.150 to a 42.472, so 0.3 faster. Reed, you can do better than that. Oh, James Pierre Reed, maybe they're talking about possibly. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting little group. Lawrenson is able to continue to catch the 1.5 seconds off the back of Russell right now. On board with Ricker. Gap has just stabilised at a second now, the difference between Rayton and Parker. Rayton was 0.4 faster on that previous lap around as well, so consistency is key, and Rayton is putting in some consistent lap times. Maybe Parker just deciding to back off a little bit for now, just to possibly conserve a bit of tyre life, try and stretch out that pit stop window, possibly, which we'd have to expect to start seeing in the next 10 plus minutes. There's Vinny Canero looking to get a move done on Chris Hildebrand, and he does. This is coming out of turn 5, barbecues. Nice work there from Vinny. He moves up into P11. Back to this group. Jack Steele is one of them. Last week's race winner. Ferraris from 3rd through to 5th. Another one in 7th, catching Paul Russell just behind these guys. This is Lawrenson off the back of that group right now. So you can see he's making up ground. Hand over fist. On the back of Paul Russell in no time, who is leading our silver class. AM is being led by Wally Masterson right now as well. This is great stuff. There's Lawrenson now just catching up to these guys. Set the fastest lap on the previous lap he went around, a 41.762. So he's on fire right now. Gap is just closed up a little bit between Rayton and Parker, about half a second. He's made up a little bit of ground. Last trip around, Rayton 42.2, 41.9 to Parker. So it gives you a bit of an idea. They're going blow for blow right now. Rayton goes a little bit faster, Parker goes a little bit slower, and it's roles reversed. And right now, Parker is all over the back of that rear wing of the Honda. The laundry house coloured Honda, number 85, belonging to Terry Rayton. The sun starting to peek through as well. Latenzio gets the job done on Neil Fakey. Let's see if I can catch it. Yeah, I can. Does Fakey run a bit wide? He does. Yeah. And Latenzio is able to scoot through. So he started in 21st, currently P15 right now. So good job from Nando Latenzio, doing double duty tonight. LMU, then into ACC. Impressive. These guys just love driving, don't they? Andrew Lawrenson, why wouldn't you? Why would you do it if you didn't love it? So Lawrenson now all over the back of Paul Russell. So head down the main straight. Go through turn 1, kink, into turn 2 now, which is Cawthorn. Going to go down the inside. And he gets the job done. So Lawrenson continues the charge. Now moves his way into P6. Paul Russell won't want to fight that too hard. He doesn't have the pace to fight it. He's also leading the silver class right now. He's got a 6.8 second gap between he and Matt Foss, who's second in class. So you want to try and preserve that as much as possible. Try and win the class and then see if anything is able to fall his way. But running in the top 6. 6 is where he started. 6 is where I would be pretty happy with. Connor Hind might have to jump into this league at some point. Yeah, Connor Hind, that's a familiar name as well. Racing the what's that other one that I did in October? Big one at Bathurst. Anyway, familiar name, good to see you watching the stream. And yeah, Wacky Wednesdays is a good way to get acclimatised to the group. But have a look at this gaggle of cars. In the meantime, though, Rayton and Parker are in private battle right now. Parker has spent the entire race behind the Honda belonging to Terry Rayton. Some pit stops going on, I think. Peter Wall is in the pits. Not too sure how long he's been in there for. So he gets at the front of this group here, as you can see there. Then Ricker, then Steele, Lawrenson and Russell, who to his credit hasn't exactly fallen off the cliff behind the Ferrari of Lawrenson, holding his own there in P6 at the moment. Gorilla Snapper saying the wild Connor appears. Oh, here we go. We get a pass happening here. 34 minutes left on the clock. So you have to think pit stops will be happening in the next 5 to 10 minutes. You would think super close racing right now between these two. I start to be feeling a little bit used. 25 degrees air and track temp. That fast. It's not been at optimum all race. The racing has been optimum though. Here's Max Ricker trying to get past Benjamin Hignett. A couple of Ferraris. They make their way down through turn number 12. This is Mine Shaft into 13. The Crocodiles. Fast flowing right hand, you can see the yellow sausage curves there. Upset many a car. Airborne as well through there. Myself included. Andrew Lawrenson, I believe. I saw him peel off into the pits. Here we go. So Andrew Lawrenson is going to give us our first par time score of the evening and give us a bit of an idea of what we should be looking at. So he hits his marks. Parker and Rayton swap the lead momentarily. Can Parker complete the job? No, he can't. Go back to the replay. Let's see what happened. So that was through the kink. This is into turn 2. The left-hander goes down the inside Goes a little bit deep under brakes. Rayton's able to fight back. Almost was able to hold it. Didn't have the optimum line through there. So we go back to live images right now. And here's Parker and Rayton. This is where it sits right now. Where is Andrew Lawrenson? Is he out of the pits? He is. That was a very, very quick start. That was a total time of 32 seconds. So he's taken just fuel. No tyres by the looks of things. Will that work out for him with 31 and a half minutes left on the clock? We'll have to wait and see. Saw just a flash of this group behind them. They're 5.5 seconds off the front two. Looks like there's still a little bit more breathing room between he and Matt Fricker, who was all over the back of him the last time we saw them. And you've got Steele and Russell in there as well. Lawrenson sort of he ducked out of this little group here on that previous lap. Do I see anyone else making a pit stop? No, we don't. So that'll be a bit of short-term gain for Lawrenson in the initial stages, but those tyres, how they're going to feel in another half an hour. We'll wait to see as Paul Russell sticking the nose out, letting Jack Steele know he's about. More cars coming in. So Kinero, Hildebrandt is the other one making a pit stop. Peter Wall is in there, but I think he's been in there for quite some time. Keep an eye on these two as well in terms of times, just to see what sort of time they set. But Andrew Lawrenson, 32 seconds total pit stop time. Kinero is already at 30 and counting. Still in there, and he drops. Hildebrandt, he was 31 seconds total. Kinero was at 42, so maybe had a little bit of damage there that he needed to repair. This caused him to lose a little bit more time in that pit stop. He's in the front of the group. These guys for most of the race as we go over the halfway mark. And it's still Rayton leading from Parker. Russell leading silver class. Masterson. So a pretty good gap. About 16 seconds between he and Bridgens, who's second in class in 14th outright. Here we go. This is a big pit stop coming up for Parker. He needs to nail this. This could make or break his race right now. So what are we looking at? 31 to 32 seconds is the pass score. Happens with him. So Rayton continued on, so did Hidnet, so did Ricker, Steele, Russell, Frost, 29, 30, 31. This is a long stop for Parker. He's changing, it looks like he's changing tyres by the looks of things. Is Lawrenson going to be able to get him? I think he is, yeah. So Parker. So Lawrenson heads through. You have an issue, maybe? Still in there. And he drops. So he's changed tyres. That is the short-term pain for hopefully long-term gain for him. 59 seconds in total was that stop for Parker compared to Lawrenson, who was 32. So was Hildebrandt. Pierre Reid was at 33. James Mack has made his stop. He was at 33. So what will Rayton do is Paul Russell and Jack Steele. I reckon Jack Steele's tyres are starting to feel a little bit second-hand at the moment. Paul Russell looking to put a move on here. McLaren versus Ferrari. Good, hard, clean racing between these two. Lots of respect given. Plenty of room provided. Steele able to fend off Russell at this stage. They're going to head around on another lap, as does Terry Rayton, so he doesn't directly respond to Parker, who's filtered out in P11 right now, is where he sits. The cars ahead of him that have made their stops is Lawrenson and Hurley, so everyone else needs to make a stop. with 27 minutes remaining. One of the cars, Hurley, he's coming into the pits now. On board with Ricker. Continues to hunt down Higgins. It's going to be a race in the pits tonight. Bridgens losing a couple of spots there to Kinero and James Pierre Reid. Let's go and have a look at that on the replay. So the Lamborghini and the Nissan giving chase. Bridgens just runs a little bit wide there. And they're both able to scoot through. Live images, there we go. Rayton has continued another lap, as has Hignett and Ricker, as you can see on the screen, as everyone else basically. So Parker is currently P9. He's 21 seconds behind Andrew Lawrenson, who has pitted. Everyone in front of them has yet to pit. So right now, the leader, where they sit, so the gap to leader 35 seconds between Andrew Lawrence and Terry Rayton. So if Terry Rayton follows the same strategy and is able to hit his stops, he is probably going to come out with about a 2-second lead over Andrew Lawrence for the remainder of the race. So he's going to be set up very, very nicely. Now Parker, he's in a different boat. He's 21 seconds behind Lawrence. So he is probably looking at more around P5, P6, so a longer stop, but he's saying that he's going to have fresh tyres, so that'll be a little bit of a different story for him. His race will come to him a little bit later. We're watching Ricker, who's been behind Hignett the entire time. Hignett started in 4th, behind P2. These guys are 7.5 seconds off Terry Rayton right now. Paul Russell hanging in there as well with Jack Steele. So they're only separated by just over half a second at the moment. As we'll keep an eye on Ricker and Hignett. One flip over to shortly is Kinero and Reid in 12th and 13th. 3/10 separating them at the moment. See if Ricker can get close enough to maybe catch a toe. So he can launch an attack with just under 24 minutes remaining. So it's going pretty long before their first pit stop. So the top 7 have yet to pit. Lawrenson and Parker have both pitted. Lattanzio up in 10th position, Nando Lattanzio. He started in 21st and he's up in 10th right now. In saying that though, the 3 cars behind him, Hildebrandt, Reid and Kinero, they've all made their stop. So he's got it pretty good for now. We'll give it to him at this stage. We'll see what happens after his pit stop. This was the action that I was talking about before. These guys have been together for a lot of this race as well. We saw earlier on Vinny Kinero make contact at the rear of the Lamborghini. Both drivers have done well to recover to where they are at the moment. Kinero looking to try and take it one position higher. He's got the inside run through the kink. Means Pierre Reid will have the inside line, the optimum line from Hawthorn. Oh, a little bit of hip and shoulder. We've seen that a bit already tonight. James McCauley was one of them. These two also picking up that habit at the moment as Kinero just runs a little bit wide. So it's pretty hard racing at the moment between those two. What does Rayton do? He goes around on another trip, and then so does the remaining chasing pack. So Hignett, Ricker, Steele and Russell. How's Andrew Lawrenson going? His last lap was a 42.095. He's got McGillivray in front of him 2.8 seconds. McGillivray did a 1:44 that last lap. So Lawrenson will be on the back of him in no time. But he needs to pick. He needs to stop, as do the top 7. So the gap now to leader is at 34.8 seconds, the difference between Lawrenson and Brayton. And judging on previous pit stops, we're looking at about 32 to 33 seconds. The pit stop time for this evening is we're almost at 2/3 race distance. And this one has absolutely flown by. There's been action left, right and centre. I should probably get to some of it. Go on board with the Nissan. Got a nice little angry pack here as well. This is Wally Masterson, AM class leader, looking to put a move on Neil Fakeney. The number 9 Aston Martin. Going to eventually get it done. That's Mark Hurley in the background. Now he has made his stop, Hurley. Wolsey, great broadcast as always. Hey, thanks, Wolsey. What happened when you kind of came from nowhere and then you disappeared? You disappeared, so not too sure what happened, but thanks anyway. Here's Matt Frost, the 666. He's making his stop for the evening. Gap is at 6.9 seconds between Brayton and Hignett. Ricker is only a second behind Hignett at the moment. 42.1 to Hignett, 42.8 to Ricker. Lawrenson elevates himself into P7. 1.3 seconds the gap between he and McGillivray. That you can see the BMW just in the foreground there, who has still stopped. So you'd put Lawrenson up into P6. 33.7 seconds now, the difference between Brayton and Lawrenson. But the longer Brayton goes, the less fuel he's going to need to put in that, and the shorter the pit stop. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. How long can the Honda go? Into the final third of the race. Is he running it in map 1? Has he adjusted the fuel? And is he just conserving to try and stretch it out as far as he can? How many laps will reduce the time? That's going to be the other question. Those guys pitted relatively early on too. So Lawrenson pitted 13 minutes ago. Who else is sort of up there? Parker pitted 10 minutes ago. He was meant to be in the Macca, but end up in the Lambert as Hatewood and Drive. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Wolsey. They even started a little bit later for you as well. Oh, Lawrenson! Did he hit the wall? He makes a little bit of contact. But that is par for the course around here at that corner at Cheetah. I've mentioned it a few times. Andrew Lawrenson will probably be one of the last people that I would think would do something like this. There you go. Big bounce. Did he keep it off the wall? He does. So, and that was McGillivray going through, who needs to make his stop anyway. We'll go back to live images. Frost making another stop. Did he get a penalty? He did. A stop-go 30-second penalty. So that's why he is in the pits again. Nero and Reed, they resume their battle. So both of those guys have pitted. Have a look at this, weaving along the front straight, trying to break the toe. Here's Pierre Reed. Here's Canero. These two have had a great battle today. Had a little bit of contact, had their own little incident. Pierre Reed runs deep under brakes. And Canero is able to get that move done. So nice work, Vinny Canero. Moves up into P11. I dare say that won't be the last of the fighting between those two for this one. As we're having a look at Chris Hildebrandt, he has made his stop. So running in 10th outright at the moment, 4th in class. but he's got drives ahead of him. Latenzio needs to pit. So there's McGillivray and Russell. Don't know if we'll be able to get up that high, but we'll definitely be able to snag 9th. 8th is going to be a bit of a stretch for him. Here's Lawrenson. So after that little scare on the previous lap, he's able to navigate Crocodiles without any issues this time around, and is able to get the move done on McGillivray, or in the process of doing so. BMW's got a fair bit of toe down the front straight, but not enough in this case. So Andrew Lawrenson now moves up into P6. 37 seconds is the gap between he and Terry Rayton, who leads this race. We were basing it on a 32 to 33 second pit stop, but Terry Rayton has gone 3/4 of the race distance, and that is going to reduce his pit time significantly, as has these other guys. So the top 5 have yet to pit. All of them have made progress, bar Max Ricker, but I reckon he started switched up to P2. It says on my time screen P1. Maybe something happened that I wasn't paying attention to, but that's where it stands right now. Terry Rayton has got a 7-second lead over these two. That was Bridgens in the foreground. Herbie's in the pits. I don't know how long he's been in there for. A little while now. That looks like it could be possibly terminal. 3 minutes and counting right now. So this is Bridgens, and that was not for position. So that's P18. That's Taylor. No, it was for position. So that was Taylor. Rod Taylor, who debuted last week. He's battling it out. He's on the podium for AM class at the moment. Paul Russell. So what are that top 7 that hadn't pitted? He's making his stop. He's at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and away he goes. So he was stopped for 12 seconds, a little bit longer than the rest of them, and a total pit stop time of 36 seconds. So this is shaping up for another good result for Paul Russell. Dropped down into silver class this season from pro last season. Frost and Taylor have swapped positions, so Rod Taylor loses another position, and Mark Hurley looks like he's lost a bunch of spots as well. He's down there in 16th at the moment, and then Canero and Hildebrand both going at it right now. And Nissan just pulling out of the draft of the Ferrari. That's Latenzio in the Lamborghini just up ahead. Canero going down the inside, gets the job done. Well done, Vinny Canero. Both those cars have made their pit stop. Latenzio hasn't. So the car just ahead of them at the moment hasn't made a stop. So these two will battle it out for position for the remainder. Less than a quarter of the time left. Just under 14 minutes remaining right now. This is Ricker and Hignat. They've been tied at the hip all race. They're fighting it out for second and third right now. Steele just hanging on. 1.7 seconds is the gap. Lawrenson is 25 seconds away from him. So there's Canero. It's another position. Oh, Pierre Reid in there as well. He says, I want a bit of this. I want a piece of the action as well. I want to join this party, and he does. So Hildebrand loses another spot there to Pierre Reid. He's going to try and fight back here. Gets one wheel on the dirt, does Pierre Reid in the Lamborghini. And looks like that is all done there. So Pierre Reid will try and hunt down the Nissan of Canero as Mark Hurley gets the move done on Neil Fakeney, so up into 15th from 16th. Oh no, what happened, Pierre Reid? What happened here? Oh, is it Crocodile? No, is it Crocodiles? It is. It is. Oh, it's copped another victim. First Andrew. Whoa, that's a big hit, and Hildebrand gets caught up in it as well. He uses an innocent bystander, and there is Pierre Reid. He's teleported back. And Hildebrand in 11th. Terry Rayton is in the pits. So is Neil Fakeney. This is the man we want to have a look at. What will Hignett do? Is he going to go through? He does. Benjamin Hignett, he's no stranger to an ultra-long strategy. Max Ricker, he makes his pit stop as well. So this is the race right here. Can Rayton nail this? He does. That was at 30 seconds. Where's Andrew Lawrence? He's coming through the final turn now. So that mistake has cost him relatively dearly. And here is Terry Rayton out almost into clean air. That's Neil Fakeney tucked in behind him. McGillivray, he makes his stop. Ricker, how long was he in there for? Only 30 seconds as well. That's Lawrenson and Ricker going at it. A couple of champions. And Max Ricker goes around. Let's see what happened here. So he came out of the pits. There is Lawrenson with him straight away. Stays in the hard lane. Goes up the inside. Just a clip on the left quarter panel there. Rear quarter panel goes around. As a champion spin as well from Ricker. But that might have just scuppered his opportunity for a podium position tonight. Does Max Ricker. Depends if the trusted drivers panel make any decisions. Obviously, if someone only lodges a protest. What is Hignett going to do? 10.5 minutes remaining. Benjamin Hignett and Jack Steele going long here. A couple of Ferraris. We've seen Hignett do this before. So as I mentioned, he's no stranger to going an ultra-long strategy. The gap between Steele and Rayton right now is Hildebrandt. That would have been repairing that damage that he suffered with Pierre Reed. He was the innocent bystander. So, yeah, the gap is 17.8 seconds between Steele and Rayton. 19.2 to Hignett. Still, even though Rayton went extremely long, it was still 30 seconds total pit time. So, that super long, the only real benefit would have had is, well, there was no real major benefit. It's really track position. There's Kinero fighting with McGillivray. He's performed quite well as well. I've got to give some credit to McGillivray. He started in 14th, up into 8th, and battling it out with Kinero to the end with less than 10 minutes remaining. Both of them have made their pit stops, as has everyone bar Hignett, Steele, and Lattanzio. They're the only people that have not yet made their pit stop as Kinero gets through. But yeah, I've been impressed with Brett McGillivray. He qualified in 14th, and he's battling. He's going to look at a snag a top 10 finish. Yeah, nice work there from the newcomer. So making his mark early on as Hignett Steele continue to go around for another lap. Faster than a speeding bullet. I like that on the back of it. 19 seconds the gap between Hignett and Steele. I don't know if this is going to work. Judging from Terry Rayton's pit stop time, it more than likely isn't. So we're going to find out anyway in the next 8+ minutes. This has been a cracker of a race. I've got to say, I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I hope you have as well who are watching it. If you are enjoying it, hey, throw us a like. Helps with the algorithm and all that sort of stuff. And we haven't got anything like it, so that's good in this economic times that we live. Frost and that's Bridges, sorry, behind him. So that's all for position. Hildebrandt as well. So those guys are battling it out. Macaulay is in the pits. Hignett and Steele continue to run 18 seconds the gap between Steele and Rayton. Parker, so he was one of the earliest stoppers. So he stopped 21 minutes ago now. He is trying to get past Paul Russell. He's the leader of the silver class. And the 6 has stayed in 6th for pretty much the entire race. I know Heather Russell is watching tonight. I assume the rest of the Russell family are as well. I think they should be pretty happy with Paul Russell's effort tonight, leading silver class, and yeah, in 6th position right now. Not too sure if he's going to be able to keep the McLaren behind him of Parker. We've seen battling it out for the race lead in the earlier stages of this one. He's not going to give it up without a fight, is Paul Russell. Oh, that was someone's gone around at 86. That's Hedges. Let's just see how this pans out. And Parker is able to take that spot away. He's 5.4 seconds behind Max Ricker, who's made his stop even when he had that spin. So changing the tyres, not the optimal strategy tonight for Parker. Definitely would have been challenging for possible victory if he had have done just a fuel-only stop, but not to be. But anyway, Steele, the latecomer, he is looking to try and take two victories from the first 2 races. Only 6 minutes left, so these guys are going to have to pit in the next couple of laps to get their stops in. The gap is 19 seconds between Hignett and Rayton at the moment. Lawrenson is 7.7 seconds behind. Rayton 26 seconds off the lead. So how fast can they get a splash and dash done? Hignett, definitely seen him do this before. Steele, nothing sort of necessarily springs to mind, but he's not normally racing in the Ferraris. Hignett definitely much more familiar with the Ferrari, but nonetheless, he's definitely making the most of it right now. This Jack Steele. So our championship leader versus last year's championship winner, although we're only round number 2 of a 9-round season. Nonetheless, it's entertaining stuff all the way down to the very end. 5 minutes remaining in this one. 19 seconds is still the gap between Rayton and Hignett for the race lead. Both these guys still need to make their pit stops. The silver class leader is Paul Russell in 6th outright. Wally Masterson, he is leading the AM class right now in P number 12. He qualified the highest in AM, and he's leading. He's got a 3.3 second gap over Bridgens, who's just a couple of cars behind him at the moment. Matt Frost is directly behind him, but this is for the race lead. This is where we want to have our attention. Let's see what happens. The Man of Steel and Benjamin Hignett, last season's champion. Rayton making up a little bit of ground. Lawrence still 7.5 seconds the gap between he and Rayton. 7.3 the difference between Ricker and Parker. Parker, one of the only cars in the 41s that last lap around, a 41.9. Lawrence did a 41.7. So Ricker did a 42.7 on that lap. So Parker definitely has some pace advantage. Here we go. Here's the Man of Steel, Jack Steele, making his pit stop. Bit of a tricky pit entry, this one. I think there's some discussion earlier on in the Discord group a few days ago around pit entry and how sharp you can take it. It's going to have to be a pretty quick stop here. He's stopped already. 5, 6, 7. Time is counting away. Terry Rayton comes through. Where is Andrew Lawrenson? Steele. Oh no, he's stuffed it. He had to reverse there. So Jack Steele, it's all gone wrong in the last 3 minutes. Oh no, a precious stop. Here comes Parker. There is Parker goes through. Paul Russell might be able to get a spot here as well. Does he? He does. Canero's nowhere near it. So Steele drops into P7. That stop was an absolute disaster. 47 seconds total. 21 seconds of that he was stationary for. So that was not the stop he was hoping for. And unfortunately for him, he is not being able to perform under pressure when it was required. and he's going to have to race this one out probably by himself at the moment. 21 seconds down the road is Vinny Kinero, so he's not really going to challenge. Over to you, Benjamin Hignett. You're going to have to stop this lap. We've only got 2 minutes left. The gap is 18.4 seconds between he and Terry Rayton. Here we go. Pressure stop from Benjamin Hignett, our reigning champion. He's gone 58 minutes. Where is Rayton? He's closing already. Hignett not yet stationary. Here comes Rayton. Yeah, he's got it easy. He'll have this easy. Can Hignett stay on the podium? So Terry Rayton goes through. Andrew Lawrenson coming through. Hignett drops. Here comes Lawrence. Oh no!
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now.
I thought my game froze there. Anyway, so Lawrenson goes through. So he's into second. The game did freeze, but I've never really done that before. Anyway, alright. So Ricard is in fourth, 7.4 seconds behind Hignett. Only a second the difference between Lawrenson and Hignett. But Terry Rayton is back in the lead of this one. We got the notification. He's on the final lap. Lawrenson needs to hold off Hignett here for this final lap to come home in P2. Big cracking drive from him. Up 16 spots from where he started in 18th. The rain-affected qualifying session. This is the view from Hignett. There you go. That's the visual gap right there. But Terry Rayton, he's driven a fantastic race tonight. He battled it out early with Parker. He was able to hold him off. He ran the optimal strategy. He pitted about 11.5 minutes ago. That's been a very, very unsurprising drive from Terry Rayton. Definitely showed his class tonight. And he's just got a couple more corners to navigate. And round number 2 of season number 1 of 2025. Congratulations, Terry Rayton will be crossing the line to take victory. He started in P2, he finishes in P1. Congratulations, Terry Rayton. Here comes Andrew Lawrenson, cracking drive from him, up 16 spots from where he started. Benjamin Hignett is going to finish in 3rd. He started 4th. Max Ricker, he started on the front row. He is going to finish in 5th. Parker, with the alternative pit strategy, he is going to finish in 5th. Jack Steele just made that mistake in the pit stop. He is going to come home in P6. P7 belongs to this man and the silver class victor. Congratulations, Paul Russell. He will win the silver class. Well done to him. Vinny Kinero, he is going to be coming home in P8. Oh, there you go. Arthur Lawrenson was in the chat. Congratulating Andrew on his P2. Here's Vinny Kinero coming home in 8th. Well deserved from him. Started in 9th position. McGillivray, he's been impressive in his first couple of races in Race on Oz. Here comes Mark Hurley. I'm just waiting for the AM driver. Yep, he is coming. That's Bridgens. Latanzio. So Hurley, he will be crossing the line. So he'll round out the top 10. He finishes 3rd in class. Well done to Mark Hurley. Here comes Latanzio. Good drive from him. He started in P21. So he's going to finish in P10 after doing an LMU race earlier on tonight. So well done to the number 2 in the Lamborghini. He comes home in P11. Bridgens is our AM class winner. Congratulations to him. James Bridgens in the AM. P10. Where did he start? 17th. Nice work from him. So that is round number 2 in the books. It was Terry Rayton who took out P1. So he started on the front row of the grid. I'm pretty sure it was P2. P1 or P2. Paul Russell, he started in 6th. He finished 7th, but he won the silver class. And James Bridgens, he came in 10th outright, but he takes the AM class victory. Let's get to some post-race interviews. I'll just put that on and then get out of there. Alright. Just get out of this. And then I'll get some post-race interviews set up. Oh, where's my Discord? There it is. Alright, so here we go. Green room. Alright, so hopefully we can get... Oh, is Terry Rayton in the room with us?
Yes, indeed.
Hey, how you going, Terry Rayton? This is the first time we've ever spoken.
I think that's once before, but that's all right. I remember. That's what matters. So.
I can't remember. Sorry. Well, hey, congratulations. First and foremost, where did you start from? Did you start from P1 or P2?
I started from P1. Yep. That was because the pole was just a rain washout, so it was just all luck.
Oh, well, you got to be in it to win it. You got to be there to get the luck. So, it was a bit of luck involved, but that's sort of them's the breaks. Yeah, because my timing screen was a bit messed up. So there you go. P1, you started. P1 was result. Talk us about probably the first 20 to 30 minutes. It was you and Parker going at it. He was hunting you down. You couldn't quite shake him. Walk us through how that all evolved and what was going on.
Yeah, look, I know that Parker's very fast, and I was very surprised that he was just that fast.
Yep.
So it was just a matter of just doing the lap time I could do, and if he wanted to get past, I wasn't gonna. Well, I was going to defend, and I thought you saw that throughout him chasing me. But eventually, he had a couple of squiggles. I had a couple of squiggles, and then when he ducked into the pits, I thought that he might be trying to undercut me, but I think he actually had to stop for tyres.
He did. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was sort of the race there and there. But, it was a cracking battle. It was fun to watch because sort of the attention was glued to you two there as well. And, that's kind of how it looked from the outside, where you were kind of going punch for punch, basically, where, you would put in a faster time, you'd open up the gap a little bit, then he'd respond and fight back. So that's how you sort of experienced it as well.
Oh, absolutely. It was definitely entertaining and stuff. And sorry if I hogged.
No, not at all. No, don't be sorry. No, not.
Because frankly, I think driver of the day belongs to Andrew Lawrenson, going from P18 to P2. That's just incredible.
Yeah. Well, it was. So he could have challenged for P1. He had an incident at Crocodile. So where he clipped the inside curve there and speared off. He didn't hit the wall too hard, but it cost him a bit of time. So
yeah, I don't doubt he could have won. Now we all know the speed of Andrew. So
hey, dude, you're pretty quick yourself. So I wouldn't be down playing you. And also overtaking you is very difficult. You can make the car very very wide. So you're a tough competitor to get past. But no, you were awesome tonight, man. Really, it was a very typical Terry Rayton kind of drive that I thought it was tonight. It was, very typical of you, very classy and fast.
Thank you. Fast enough to nick a few wins here and there, but just good stuff to Benj as well for the P3. So
yeah, nice, man. All right, well, congratulations, and on to next week.
All right, I'll catch you next time.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Do we have the silver class winner in the room with us, Paul Russell?
Yeah, g'day, mate. How you going?
My man, Paul. How are ya?
Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. Doing well.
Your sister was in the chat tonight as well, Heather. So I assume she was watching with the Russell family. So congratulations on your silver class victory.
Yeah, thanks, mate. G'day, Heb. G'day, Mum, Dad. Sorry. It was pretty interesting one tonight, to be honest. No haze, and Frosty got a drive through, so that sort of made it a little bit easier.
Yeah, and you occupied P6 for pretty much the majority of tonight. That seemed to be about your pace tonight, P6.
Yeah, I didn't have much more, and I didn't change tyres. I couldn't really challenge anyone up the end, and then I spun on the last lap, the last corner.
Oh, did you? I didn't see that.
Yeah. I clipped the sausage curb and spun, and that's how I ended up 7th. And Superman got me.
Okay, gotcha. And you're having some pretty good battles out there as well tonight. you had you and I think Steele were going at it for a little bit tonight.
Yeah, me and Steely had very similar pace, and it looked like Max and who was it up in front of? Yeah, Hignett. We sort of all fairly close, about 1 or 2 seconds, but all doing the exact same lap time. So
Yeah.
we weren't really getting the chance to get alongside each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and the livery. I'm so glad that you sent it through to me. It looks awesome.
Yeah. The first week, when I watched the comms back, and you said, "Oh, you haven't made a livery this time," and I'm like, I have, but I'm just stupid and I can't upload it properly.
Well, it's I'm glad that you sent it to me because it come up a treat. Who did that one for you?
That's just one I've had in the bank for a while. I've never used the McLaren before. So this is my first season ever. Even when I was back on PlayStation, I never used McLaren.
Yeah,
so
right.
I've had this in the bank for a long time.
Well, it's come up a treat. It's worked well for you because you've snagged the silver class victory. So yeah, big congrats for tonight.
Yeah, appreciate that. I think we'll see how it goes with Hayes back next week.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. But yeah, congratulations for tonight.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
Cheers, man.
All right. I wonder if James. Let's see if we can get James. Jump in for a chat. See if I can get James Bridgens because he was the AM class winner. Let's see. He's in the chat. He's in there. He's typing stuff. Let me.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, you there, James?
How are we?
Oh, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, well, congratulations. I think you started 17th. Then...
Yeah, 17th. It was a scramble for whether to go dries or wets, really.
Yeah. Well, it was a wet quali, and then rain stayed away for the race.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, to be honest, I think I put my qualifying lap in the damp, and then I couldn't beat it anyway.
Yeah.
But no, I just had a really fun time in that race.
Oh yeah. So you're going from wets to dries to wets in quali. Yeah. It was a bit of a right. It was just pot luck, wasn't it? Basically for qualifying, like the rain came at. I think it was pretty much the way that it all fielded out was the way the cars got on track. That's how early the rain came. So it kind of just. It kind of cancelled it out.
I think that's how it played out. Yeah.
Yeah. But your race, I didn't catch a lot of it. I'm not going to lie because there was a really cracking battle at the front of the field. But I think Wally Masterson sort of held the AM class lead for a little while. But then, you've managed to come home in 10th position and take out the class victory.
I weaseled my way in. I think it was 13th I came in the end. No, like I say, just really glad to be back. I've had a couple of seasons off, 3 seasons off, so just really glad to be back.
Where have you been?
Busy. So got married, got a kid on the way, bought a house. So
congratulations, big life moments.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, nice, man. Well, congratulations, getting married, having a kid, buying a house. They're monumental achievements. So that means if you got a kid on the way, as soon as that comes in, it's sort of game over for the sim racing. Then
we'll see.
Cool.
It's nice and late, so the racing's late. We'll see how it goes. If it plays, it plays. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
See what you can do. Being a dad's a pretty important job, so you got to kind of prioritise that as well. So, and give us a quick rundown of the race. Walk us through it. What were your highlights?
For me, the battle with Crunch, to be honest. I think probably about 2/3 of that race, I think me and him were pretty much nose to tail. And no, it was just a nice, close, clean racing. Yeah. And everyone in my pack was exceptionally vigilant. And it was really enjoyable.
That same vigilance was upheld by everyone tonight. It was a very, very high quality race tonight. It was no real sort of argy-bargy sort of stuff going on. So it was that was throughout the whole field.
No, it's good. I'm really glad to see it, and I'm glad to be back.
Nice. Well, congratulations, AM class victory tonight, and yeah, married and house and kid on the way. So yeah, congratulations on all of that, and yeah, good luck for next week.
No dramas, dude. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Bye. All right, that is everyone. Let me just. How do I get out of this? Oh, that's right. There we go. All right, so we're all done. So next week, we got the 100-minute race around Valencia. So that'll be a fun one. So that'll be, I don't know about that. Yeah, just reading the chat there. Anyway, yeah, next week, 100 minutes around Valencia. That'll be good to have a look at. So that'll be same place, to be a little bit earlier in the evening. So hopefully you can join us for that one. Thanks to everyone who watched tonight. Thanks for everyone who commented in the stream. Give it a like if you're still watching. And we'll do it all again next Monday night. And so until then, have a great week. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.